Morning guys. Today we'll be starting on our first cut in alfalfa for 2023. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Just put some fuel in the tractor and ready to start mowing. Alright guys, so we got 25 acres taken down on this field this morning. I'm gonna go swap in for breakfast, and Uncle Mike will come out and finish doing this 20 acre field or so across the other side of the lane. We have our alfalfa on a bit of a staggered harvesting schedule. We got about 80 acres total to do, and just with the manpower we have, it's not gonna be able to get harvested all in one day. So Dad actually mowed about 35 acres yesterday, and he'll be raking that later today, and we'll chop it tonight. And then we got another 45 acres or so going down today, and that'll get raked and chopped tomorrow. Now we're ready to go ahead and get the bunkers lined in plastic. It's best to start it out this way, so we'll be able to just fold everything over top the silage. It'll have plastic on the sides too, and that'll help keep quality the best while it's sitting in the bunker. Alright, we got the bunkers lined with alfalfa. That's going to keep the wind from blowing on them, and the bunkers all ready to get dumped into later this afternoon. Alright guys, here we are a little later in the afternoon. Dad started raking this field, and I'm finishing up about the last third. I've been raking for about the last 30 minutes or so, and we're getting here to the tail end, but just enjoying some of the rolling hills. And this will be one of the fields that we chop later this afternoon. Alright guys, well that's a wrap on raking this field, and it's the second of 2 fields we needed to rake today. So we'll turn our attention to milking and get back here and chop some after milking. Alright guys, it's later in the afternoon. I'm sitting here in the truck and it's time to get started chopping. We'll follow Dad out to the field. So a little bit about this crop. This is alfalfa haylage. Alfalfa is a legume plant that's a good nitrogen source in the cow's diet. It's a perennial plant and it actually makes, like other hays, multiple cuttings throughout the year. And here in Maryland we get about 5, maybe 6 on a real good year. And this is primarily used as feed in the lactating cow ration, but we usually have more than we need for all the cuttings, so sometimes we will bale it up in square bales too. As a comparison here, I grabbed a little bit of chopped silage that was stuck to the side of the truck, and you can see how nice and thin the consistency is, as opposed to these long stems that's just been cut from the field. That's gonna do it for me tonight. Last load goes to Jill. Alright guys, things are starting to come full circle now. We got everything chopped that we need to get chopped for today, and I'm back in the field I started at this morning at the beginning of this video doing some raking. Just getting the field opened up, get a head start on tomorrow while there's still a little bit of light out. Last pass for this evening. Got this field about 1/3 of the way done, and looks like my ride's on the way. Good morning, everyone. We are finishing up raking. Not the field that I was on last night, but Dad came out and did some raking towards the end of milking this morning, and I'm filling in for him doing the rest. While this field I'm on right now, this part of it is pretty flat. There's some much more hillier parts down there that we'll have to give special attention to, and making a couple more headlands with the rake, and ultimately I think Dad's gonna chop those with the dump wagon when he brings the chopper out. Alright guys, that's a wrap on raking. Let's take this rake back in and we'll switch out to chopping. Looks like I'm a little bit behind the 8-ball. Gonna have to truck it back out here. Our last load for today. We ended up not using the dump wagon on those steep parts, just kind of sucked it up and didn't really end up making much loads out there, so didn't really need the dump wagon. Glad we didn't use it. And now we're heading back into the farm. We'll get everything packed. right, that's a wrap for first cutting. Usually we always put these tires very close and touching together, but we're gonna need to open this bunker back up another 4 or 5 days. A neighbor of ours usually lets us have their first cutting alfalfa just because they use it for baling, and first cutting is usually pretty tough. So there'll be another 19 acres to do later on next week, but for now, signing off.